Just Talking Ish podcast. Rosa, Q, and Patria. We just talking ish.
Ladies and gentlemen, we gather here today for another episode of We Just Talking Ish podcast. And I got my two wonderful, beautiful, almost light-skinned, but kind of caramel complected ladies of We Just Talking Ish, Rosa and Patria. Patria is already shaking her head. She's already aggravated with Quentin Lee Berkeley, who is at the bottom of your screen. So,
why you got your Keith Sweat voice on?
It looks like we need to get right into this with somebody named Mitch. Now, the only Mitch I know was from Paid in Full. When Mitch, they took Mitch's little brother, and he didn't care who he was finna kill. But he was finna kill everybody over his little brother.
Anyway, actually, his name is, as Patria said, his name is Zodrick Mitchell.
What's up, Mitch?
What's up, Zodrick?
I told him ahead of time. Me and Rosa both know him, but from different worlds. Me and Rose.
Okay, so it's not the same Mitch. It's not the Mitch that...
It's the same. No, it's not the one you talking about.
Got out of jail and was driving with the gold BBS.
No, I'm so sorry. No. But I did. He posted a status early this morning, and I commented on his status and told him that we were gonna talk about what he said. And he
Did
was
Mitch
like,
not want to be on today?
I didn't ask him because it was last minute.
Okay.
So he's not gonna do that to me.
All right.
But he said. From what I've been seeing on Facebook, a regular hardworking man doesn't stand a chance with finding love. You got to be at least a six-figure nigga, might as well say it, to even start a conversation. When y'all be talking this shit, I scroll through some of y'all pics and be disappointed. It be dirty carpet, cheap furniture, frameless beds, dusty kids, raggedy cars, temp service work shirts, and some more. I say to myself, oh, she need help. Ain't nothing wrong with high expectations, but make sure you have the same expectations with yourself when you look in the mirror. Somebody had to say it. On another note, some of y'all just ain't cute enough for the nonsense you be talking.
So, what hit me was the temp shirts phrase, like they be at Adecco working at Jable.
Yeah.
Kelly women work at Jable. Kelly Service, yes.
Adecco.
Yeah. Is Labor Ready still around?
Look, they pop new ones is popping up every day, and then they don't even be having the place for you to go. They just want you to sign up so they can get whatever cash is coming their way.
So, I mean, valid point.
Okay.
I guess my thoughts about it are better connected when we talk about the other subject. Talk about tonight too. So I'm gonna kind of say.
So not even to say really, not even to just put a number on it like six figures. My thought process on it when you just read it to me, because I'm hearing it for the first time you're reading it. I didn't want to read it and then overthink it.
Gotcha.
So I wanted to hear it fresh. So when I hear that, I hear women will look at a man's job to determine if they're going to talk to him or not. Where men just look at a pretty face. We don't care what you got going on. If it ain't all the way bad, we not all the way mad.
Correct.
But with women, he got to have this kind of job of some sort of status for her to even think about talking to this brother. And when I say brothers, we know we got white listeners, so brothers of all kind.
Okay, I'm gonna say this.
Say it.
I think that part of that mindset, let me say part of it. So part of that mindset when you're
Why do you have panties on your head?
I don't
'Cause
have
I didn't get to
panties on
have
my
the
head.
introduction that I wanted. What's with the panties?
Oh,
I don't have
God.
panties
Oh,
on my
ask
Why
this
you get a
question while she in the
t-shirt
middle of
wrapped-
getting her thought out.
I know you live in the desert and you think you're in the
I
Middle
don't
East.
have a panty on my head. This is a whole headscarf. Will you cut it out? Cut it
Go
out.
ahead.
Just tell her
Anyway.
she look pretty. Go on.
Baby, you look pretty.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kim. Anyway,
Drink.
as I was saying,
Pretty.
Hey.
Them drinks on the shelf for you. Plenty of ginger ale.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'll be
Coming
up there tomorrow. You
Got
got
a load
the
coming
lemonade, the
Got a load
cranberry,
coming
and the
tomorrow.
plain.
I got you. I got you.
What time you gonna be up there?
I'll be up there. What's tomorrow? Thursday. I'll be up there about 9ish.
Okay, I'm gonna slide through. I'm gonna
All
lunch
right.
break about 12. Thank you. Just have me together. I need a reel. Appreciate it.
I'm gonna sit it to the side. I got you.
Thank you.
my co-host and they grocery shopping.
Cute me in there stalking me, man.
No,
I just
stock-
know when
stalking all
somebody
the ladies.
yell-
Oh my God, the
So he yell out at me.
wagon dragons in that store.
Look, and he
Lord.
be sending me pics. I be like,
God,
yeah,
be
you on your
stalking me.
job. You on your
I'm like
job.
a grandma with somebody leaning over the basket, and I'm getting back shots, photo back shots, ladies and gentlemen. Not the other kind of thing.
Yeah, just photo back shots. We in,
Oh,
she in the middle of
Lord.
croquet
What was you
Rogers.
saying, Rosa? What was you saying?
Yeah, back to what I was saying.
The word back shots for me. See, Patria, I'll probably tip over. All that. You like throw something around and hang on.
Well, you said on the sex episodes, you're supposed to put the leg up.
But cock the leg up, fellas. Cock the leg up. Plan it.
You know they got socks for that now. But anyway,
The hospital socks, they do.
they do.
Oh my God.
They no, it's a they got
And
Rosa.
the non-slip
Let's go.
socks.
Q, you did it.
You did.
I apologize.
This trip got detoured because of you.
I apologize.
So yeah. Oh no. Okay. So I was gonna say that her viewpoint is partially okay, and that's because depending on what you're dating for. If you're dating with the intention of being in a relationship and getting married, to look for somebody that has some certain qualities, that's not a problem as long as you are in a line with those qualities as well. But just to be dating, to be like, okay, I'm finna go to the next one and I'm gonna date this dude, I'm gonna date that dude, and don't have, it's like saying I'm living in Pepper Tree, but he got to have a condo downtown and a house in Germantown and Collierville. You paying Section 8 rent, boo boo. He can't even come visit you. So you gotta be in line with it.
But yeah, when you stay with Section 8, you can't have no, like, they have to leave at a certain time or something like that. Ain't it like
He can't come visit you in Pepper Tree because his life is in danger.
Well, it's like some housing stuff or income-based housing.
Oh,
or whatever,
Section 8
where
housing, you can't move in. That person
you can't move
live
in,
there.
and like people can't stay overnight. Like
They can stay overnight long as they're not staying for a length of time.
multiple,
I thought
multiple
it was.
nights or something like that.
Yeah.
How do you control somebody's life because they in you? What?
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. I didn't know that. Learn something new every day on We Just Talking Ish.
That's why I say if you're dating for that type of purpose, then okay, I can see why you're looking for that person to have a certain mindset or goal set if that's the same mindset and goal set that you have. But you can't ask me to have chocolate chip cookies when you can't even make, a chocolate chip. I'm sorry. You got we have to be in a line. Yes, there are some women that came from nothing and found that man and it worked for them. That ain't everybody, baby.
That's not most people. That's not most people, because your habits and your choices speak. They truly speak to who you are in the long run. Like the consistent decisions that you make as a person, your habits and your choices, and the type of people you surround yourself with really kind of determine how far, how high you fly. So you can be in transitions because we all go through phases where life happens and job transition and health transition and that kind of thing. But if there is no continued progression and you're content and comfortable in this particular area, how can you expect something above the next person and not for yourself?
Right.
Like it doesn't work that way. So
I mean, is he
what
from
he
Memphis?
said is valid. Yeah, he's from Memphis.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe,
and he's married. He's been married a long time.
He has been with her forever. Let me see.
Mm-hmm.
Amari 16. I knew them before then, and they were together then. They had been together for a few years then, so they've been together.
Like 20 years.
What I said
like since high school.
Yeah,
they've been together a long
I can't
time.
remember what episode I said it on, but I said when I moved here, I feel like the women, let me say some, let me put that keyword, some women just be out here with their hand out.
Absolutely.
I felt that in Memphis. So
it ain't just in Memphis.
So
I hear about it all the
based
time.
off of what y'all just said, like, that's crazy.
Well, and I made the statement today. Okay, let's say you get this guy that makes 6 figures or more. If he doesn't have the provider spirit, him making 6 figures don't do nothing for you if every time you need something, he can't do it or he can't give it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
on the flip side,
that's good for him. Or that's all he does for you is hand you money and you have nothing, if you have nothing else. So picking somebody based off of that is just not a thing to do, because at the end of the day, you still need to be able to take care of you. And you got to play on the level that you can play on. Like, who plays the game expecting to lose? You normally go into a game. That's why they have advanced level, beginner level, intermediate level. You need to play the game at the level that you're on so you have a better chance of winning. Period.
And you just
but even on the flip side of that, what if Mr. 6 figures, if 6 figures, he's working a lot. That's a lot of figures.
If a man is making 6 figures, he does.
That's
work
not
a
true.
lot.
That's a lot of figures. He's probably working all the time.
Not
in
necessarily all the time.
Not necessarily
all the time, but he is a hardworking man. Because he's going to try to continue to keep up with that pay style. So he's going to be working. There are, in any relationship, there is going to be some sacrifices to be made. And if he is working, if he is that man that's making the 6 figures, he had to work hard for those 6 figures, then you need to expect that he's not going to have a whole lot of time. But
and that's what I was trying to get at before y'all.
But if he makes he makes the time that he does spend quality time, then that kind of that should make up for it if you're okay with it. But that's why I say you have to be in aligned with this type of person. You can't just say I want a 6-figure man and then I want him to spend all his time with me and I want him to take me on trips. When he gonna make the 6 figures? Unless he's just naturally rich like that.
I done walked in a few situations where I walked into a house and it was dirty. Shit was everywhere. Her excuse was I don't have time to clean.
How dirty was it, Q? Was it dirty?
God, like I had to turn the flex. Like she didn't want to turn the light on. I guess she didn't want me to see it because I came over like a roach. So I came over at night. I had to use the flashlight on my phone, and shit was everywhere. Shit was everywhere.
And you stayed and hit, didn't you?
I did.
He did.
I did.
He did.
I did.
So it didn't matter.
Because I already knew then she was just a jump off.
And that's the thing. If you just
when
I was in my whole phase, I didn't
just
care that
face.
much. I'm blonde now though, and I'm
Oh
not.
shit. I forgot that's a different color kind of blonde, my bad. It's a black blonde.
Okay.
I've never seen the blonde of a white woman on a black woman. And then that dude, then we call it ghetto.
And it shouldn't be. But anyway, that's another topic for another
My
day.
bad. Go off, sir. Continue. Shit.
You call me a sir?
No, I'm speaking for me. I was speaking for you to me. My bad. Continue.
He's talking to himself, Patrick. Go ahead.
Yeah, see, I'm not firing like this tonight. So, I ain't know what the hell I was saying.
in your whole days.
No, you were saying something about her.
During my whole phase, I didn't care what kind of career dude had or if he could provide for me or whatever, because no matter what's going on, I got me. I was there for a good time, not a long time, so I wasn't thinking about that stuff. Now, when I started becoming like relationship minded and kind of getting in a space where I wanted to build, then I considered not necessarily how much money a man makes, but how he manages that money. Because when I decided I wanted to seriously date again, of course, I'm dating somebody that's usually already divorced or already have older children. So you have to consider the money flow in that case. How many children does he have? How many baby mamas? Because now I got to look at how much money that has to leave the house and how much money is left over for this house that we're trying to build. Like, so you start looking for different things. But when I was doing what I was doing, to your point, Q, you didn't care what her house looked at because you wasn't looking at her as a woman you were trying to like live with at some point.
Yes, that's true. I have a question for you. What? When you were looking for those things, how do you even bring that up without sounding like, damn, all she cared about is money? How did you bring that up?
My general conversation, if I'm talking, I'm just kind of like, okay, what do you do for work? Mm-hmm. And I find out what they do for work. And if you talk to people, have real conversations, you can kind of tell where their mind is. Are they content at the job that they're at? Are they working towards something else? Do they have goals? Are they trying to go for a supervisor position? Is this the second career? They've already done one career, like they were in the military or something, and now they're doing something else. Or like you just ask those questions if you're having engaged in conversations and really trying to get to know a person. So I find out that stuff. Like if you make it past date number one with me, I'm finding it out, in the first couple of dates, and then I determine not, because there was a nice guy, he wanted to date me, but he jumped jobs too much. We can't be stable together if you get mad over here and now you work over here. Now I work there, no more, I work over here. Like, you change jobs every 6 to 7 months. Yes, he always had a job and he was always willing to, take me out, do all that kind of stuff. But sir, you switch jobs too much. We can't determine what the budget of the household looks like if every time you get an attitude where you work at, you switching jobs. That's unstable. Right. I don't want nobody unstable. So it's ways, if you're asking the right questions and really listening to what the person says to determine.
I was just going to say, sorry, my phone keep doing what it want to do. I got to reboot it. But there's when she was saying asking the right questions, there's a guy that's on TikTok that gives out dating questions, like to kind of break the ice questions. Mm-hmm. So in talking to somebody, if you're really trying to get to know them and trying to find out, what there is going on, there are certain questions you can ask to gauge and get a conversation started, which will lead you to other conversations, which will give you the information that you need to be able to gauge whether this person is going to be a good fit or not, and what part they're going to play. Like Patria said, even in my dating, when I decided I wanted to kind of have a relationship, or I just, came at him. My whole phase lasted for a minute. But when I decided, I was like, I might kind of like this one. In the first 2-3 conversations, it was certain things that he could say. And one of those is when I say, well, what are you looking for in a relationship? And they say, I'm just going with the flow. Okay, cool. We can still talk. But I didn't put you in there. I'm going to knock this nigga off and I'm going to holler.
And you weren't worried about if he worked at Sonic or whatever.
Didn't care nothing else.
Not the angels of the world knocking where your
D work at? Where your D work at? That's all I'm worried about.
Next thing I know, I'm grabbing, doing a field test, and I'm trying to see what we gonna do. We gonna go ahead and get this over with or what? I'm gonna knock you off, and if you're good, I might come back when I feel like it again. But it's not gonna be a situation of, I'm finna try to be with him, because he already told me he was just letting it flow. For me, that's sign that you ain't looking for nothing, so I ain't finna waste my time trying to put that out there. So when I have questions that gauge whether I'm going to pursue you as a relationship, or I'm going to pursue you as something to just, just some D.
My little DD.
Yeah, you're going to be my little yay.
My little woo woo. My little woo woo. My little yay.
It's just that simple, and I really didn't come into that part of my life until I hit my 40s. I came into that part of my life and I was just like, you know what? I'm going to sit you over here for this and I'm going to sit you over here for that. And
you know
that'll
what,
be
you
that.
know what game you playing, and you played at the level that you sure. But before we go to the next thing, to Mitch's point, he's right. There are a lot of women who have these high level expectations for everybody else but themselves. Like nobody owes you anything. Like if you want that type of thing, you need to work towards earning a spot in the room that has those types of people in there for those options. You can't decide that you want to work at Wendy's the rest of your life and supplement everything else with assistance and have multiple babies by multiple men and just live there and expect somebody that's making 100,000, 200,000 to just ride up on you at Wendy's and want to sweep you off your feet and take you home. Like you're not even capable of managing that type of thing. It don't work like that. You need to kind of be in a room with it.
Right, like you just said.
How you gonna get an NBA player? You ain't never been to a damn NBA game first. You gotta go to the game first.
There
then you
go.
gotta be able to
I'm
get
not
down
even
on the
gonna
floor where
repeat
they
what
can
you
see.
said. There you go, because you won't even be in the same atmosphere to even catch this 6-figure man.
And we got to understand this.
He had $300
Some of these women
steakhouse.
have got
You had $60 Longhorns. So come on.
They got these princess Disney movie fairy tales
Damsel in
their
distress.
head.
Yeah, and that ain't how life work, babe.
Don't get it wrong, women. We trying to tell you that it may not happen. You have a better chance of being in the room with them if you acclimate yourself and align yourself to be in that room to be able to get that. But Ja Morant may roll up at Wendy's and order him something to eat, but
I doubt it.
It's a 1 in 50 chance that he gonna say, "Oh, come go with me," and be serious about you. It's just a 1 in 50 chance.
He's giving me 8 and 50. 50's a lot.
And be serious. I said, and be serious.
I mean, you have a better long game trying to become a hostess or something like one of the 5-star restaurants here. If you're not into going to school or given a career that kind of puts you in a room with those type of men.
Go be a host. They tell you where to
go.
Be
a host.
Vice versa.
Go on TikTok. They tell you how to get a sugar daddy. They do.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah.
They got whole tips for you. They got people that'll coach you how to get you a sugar daddy.
Yeah.
How to be a sugar baby. If that's what you really want. They got
I missed that show.
But
it
still
MTV.
takes some kind of work. You just can't be sitting up there saying I deserve this, that, and the third. You still gotta put some kind of effort behind it.
And then you gotta the other thing is you can't just say, well, I deserve it, and you don't even feel it. You don't even believe it yourself. Because it's gonna exude in your body and your expressions when you're talking. It's just going to exude that you don't even have that confidence in.
Exude. Something about this little toboggan. Let's go. Next topic.
Did you say toboggan?
Yes.
It's a turban, you nutcase, if you really want to get the right one.
Okay, so this is another post. I don't know the young lady who made the post, but it's been shared multiple times on my timeline in the last 24 hours. The person that initially wrote this post is named Anika Now or No or whatever. I don't know her at all, but it was shared by one of my Facebook friends, Justin Frank, who also shared a post that we used a couple weeks ago.
We did.
But the post basically says, females are no prize. Be realistic. Half of us ran through at a young age. Half of y'all want a man to pay all your bills and expenses. Half of y'all messy as fuck to the point you can't see the floor in y'all bedroom, can't clean it all, dishes in the sink for days or weeks. Half of y'all abusive as hell and think it's cute. Half of y'all hop in new relationships and situationships quick as hell and be insecure the entire time about the relationship and start acting controlling. Half of y'all don't feel anything but lust for your man. Half of y'all will cut off a man for taking advice from his own mama. Half of y'all don't know what the fuck you need and want and don't trust your man the entire time because of your own insecurities and you treat a man like he's the one that played you in the past. When in fact, he could change your life and be a blessing. Half of y'all don't let them have their own peace. Don't even let a man hold the door for a lady without getting mad, calling him friendly. Go out and ask men out, pay for their gas, pay for their meal, open their door, be their driver, give them random gifts. Y'all get rejected by a man once and start calling them names. Talk these men that no means no can be mad if they start to learn their worth. So, yeah.
I still feel the same. I still feel the same.
With these two posts right here, the women are going to say they are women bashing. They must want a man. You know how that goes when we get to preaching.
I mean, everybody has their opinions and thoughts on this post because the posts were made their opinions, and we're giving our opinions on it, and you take what resonates and leave the rest. Let's be clear. I am a prize to the person that's playing the right game. You got to be clear. When you playing the game, the prize has to match the game that you're playing. Now, if you at the state fair playing throw the ping pong ball in the goldfish bowl, you cool with a little $2 teddy bear because that's what it's worth. Now, if you're in the NBA Finals or on one of these singing shows,
what about just like Chuck E. Cheese and you're steady on the same game? You're going to get tickets.
Still, what I'm saying is the prize matches the level of the game. So, if you don't feel like you're a prize, that sounds like a you problem. It sounds like you don't think you have enough to offer the situation. And if you feel like that, the only person that can change that is you. So it's too many halves. She needs to work on her math because there was like 14 halves in this thing. And she made some valid points that there are women that do all this. And she's right. Those women may not be a prize. But if a man is used to something less than that, then that type of woman may still be a prize to him, depending on what game he's playing.
I was so confused. You did say a girl made that post.
Yeah, a guy that I know shared it, but a woman actually made the post.
Got it.
Yeah,
I remember reading it.
The first one was made by a male.
I remember reading them both. Or the one that you just read, I remember reading.
Sent it to our group. Like I said, my first thought was, this some bullshit from a pick-me. And then I had to think about it and take the emotion out of it because her delivery was totally wrong.
You do that.
You do too. Her delivery to me.
Y'all both just did it right then. But go out.
But like Patria said, she's speaking to a select group of young, maybe possibly young, because there are some old, but you speaking to a select group of unhealed.
It's some old ones like that too.
So now that I know that it's a girl, y'all basically not agreeing what she said. She didn't have nothing in there that.
We both just said she has some valid
to a group of people.
Because she's basically saying men can be the prize as well.
Women.
Men are the prize. If I'm a prize, I don't want nothing. I want somebody that's equal to me. So if I'm a prize, he damn sure got to be a prize too.
Thank you.
And it depends.
When he wins me, I got to be winning something too.
Right. We chose each other. It's a choice. Relationships are a choice. Love is a choice. You choose who you decide to be involved with and who you. So if they're not doing anything for you and you're not doing anything for them, what are you doing? I'm a prize. He's a prize. He helps me. I help him.
Watched the podcast, the clip the other day. Can't think of what it was. But the woman asked, "Why do you love me?" And she said her husband said, "Because I choose to." And she said she got offended by that. But then she realized that when I was pregnant and going through all that phase, he chose to continue to still love me.
Yeah, you got to
choose.
When
this is going this way or this is going that way, and I'm just out of control being me, he chose to still love me through it all. So you're right.
Yeah, just like
not just choosing at the beginning, but to continue to keep. Come on, Quinn. To continue to keep choosing. There's a tongue twister right there. To continue to keep choosing.
But that's just like the from last week when the guy said he's been with his wife for 23 years and that it was work. That's part of the work. Choosing to get up every day and still love this person, flaws and all.
Same hair.
It's a choice.
Same lips. Same pussy.
We ain't gonna go there no more. We're not doing that again. We're not doing that again this week. So yes, he chooses to love. You have to make a choice because, like I said, somebody having to deal with somebody. You choose to love your kids each day. People don't realize that too. You choose to love them, and they get on your
nerves. In a relationship, your parents, your kids, your siblings,
your friends. You choose to get up each day and love that person, regardless to how pissed off they done made you that day. Okay, it's a choice to love. Love is a choice. Now, once you love that person,
if you choose a person that's dirty on the floor, then don't be mad in 5 years when the shit is still dirty on the floor. You chose that.
Thank you. Because you chose that. You knew what you was getting into.
If she was insecure when y'all first started dating and you truly tried to let her know that, hey, I'm in this, whatever, and she's still insecure, you chose an insecure woman and she's still insecure. Because if you're not, because you can reassure your person, but you get to a point where if the person is so insecure, and this is male or female, that no matter what you say to say, hey, I'm in this, I only have eyes for you, and they're still insecure, that's something within them and you can't do anything about that. So don't be surprised 5 years later when she's still insecure, he's still insecure, when they were insecure from the jump. Like, that ain't... Now, if you just like reassuring somebody and you okay with doing it throughout the relationship, okay, cool. But if you're a person like, hey, bro, like I told you, it is what it is. I'm with you. I'm not doing nothing else. You ain't got to question me like that. And have I deviated from my normal routine? Is there a different action that I made to make you feel like that in this situation? If not, and you just looking for something constantly, then that you ain't my person. Like, you can't, nah. But if they was insecure when you met them, don't be surprised. You chose them, they still insecure.
That's true. If a person is insecure from the beginning, and you, like Patria said, you've done all you could to give them the security, and they still don't accept it, at that point, you got to tell that person, hey, if we're going to continue this, I think you need to go get some help, because there's nothing more I can do.
I'm not out to get you.
And I'm not,
right? You know what I'm saying?
I'm not responsible for healing something that I did not break.
Absolutely.
I'm not responsible. I'm not responsible for healing something I did not break. But I will stand beside you. Again, I'm choosing to continue to love you while you figure this out. But if you choose not to work with it, then I'm going to have to choose to stop loving
myself. I have to choose myself.
I have to choose to love me. Continue to love me more than I love you. Because I'm always love me more than I love you. Always.
Woman.
Yep, it's a choice. I mean, and that's I think as we go through these conversations each week, and I think everything comes down to a person making a choice and a person being accountable in all of these different things that we talked about. And it's funny because me and my sweetheart were talking the other day, and he was like, if people ask us how we ended up together, what would we say? I was like,
my sweetheart.
We responded to each other's text messages and calls every day. Like, from the day we finally went on our first date, no matter what was going on, if one of us reached out to the other, we responded every single day. And then one day you just looked up and was like, damn, I've been talking to this person on the phone all day. I enjoy talking to this person all day. And it just progressed from there. Literally, I didn't do anything extraordinarily special. He didn't do anything extraordinarily special. We chose every day to respond to each other's texts, calls, whatever, every single day. We chose to.
That's so sweet. She said, my sweetheart.
He is. I'm down bad. Now, I'm down real bad. Now, he got me wide open at 2:40 at 3 a.m. That's it. I can't keep it playing.
She got it bad.
Oh my God.
She got it bad. She got it bad.
Touched by that story.
He probably in there listening, laughing right now.
Touched by that story. And there's others listening and laughing too here on We Just Talking Ish. Look, man, I shout out to Homegirl on the YouTube for wanting to know from your mother about them spices. Shout out for her.
Speaking of, y'all, my son heard the reel, and he had never knew about that at all. And when I say he laughed so hard, y'all was like, yeah, I could see my daddy doing it. I mean, he laughed. He was like, yo, mama. I was like, this really happened. So my mom pulled up at the house, I think the next day. And I said, mama, I was like, do you remember when you were helping me clean out the townhouse and you were in the kitchen and my ex-husband showed up? She was like, he was snatching out the season out the cabinet, talking about that with his season. And then my son just started laughing all of it. I said, Malachi, I told you this really happened. I said, mama, if somebody walk up to you or ask you from social media, this really happened? She was like, yeah, it really happened. I just couldn't believe it. He was just seasoning, just pulling the seasoning down, and I just feel like, okay.
So we appreciate that comment, and then we love comments. Just comment, like y'all still telling me that you're watching. You don't have to tell me.
Don't know.
You don't have to tell me.
I get DMs in my stories, like my stories. I appreciate everybody that's saying they already following and watching and listening to the podcast. I had no idea. Y'all send a comment or like or share or something. Like, we really appreciate it. I know all y'all
please do
watching.
And the same everything real has been blowing up.
Y'all can do it too.
But they wouldn't be a stalker anymore.
The same everything real that I posted to my page has been being liked by fucking strangers. Some woman just followed me from the Facebook notification said that such and such follows you from the reel she just watched. Okay, Facebook, very specific. All right, whatever. But yeah, I like that.
I do too.
Yeah, because my reels get like 1.5 views, and then I get 10 likes. So it's like,
I take the views and the likes. We appreciate it. But if you know me, from school or whatever,
it don't take but a second.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
That pointy finger with the nail on it, whatever. Just click it. However you click shit on your phone with your nails, ladies and fellas, come on.
That show don't know how they do it.
We're giving it to you multiple ways. We know you're working and may not be able to watch, so it's on Apple Podcasts and Google Podcasts or wherever you listen to podcasts at. And if you're a visual
Rosa, that's really how I do it too. I'm not even playing.
If you're a visual lover, we are on YouTube. And if you like YouTube. And if you should be also following us on Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, and the Instagram. We're giving it to you all so you be knowing, so just you can follow us in this journey, in this pod life. I just gave it to you right there. Just make sure you hit that like.
We appreciate
if it's your first time listening, hit the subscribe button.
Yes.
And hit that bell so you'll be notified when we drop new goddamn episodes. Yes, people. And with that all being said, you see the ladies are in their phones. With that all being said, get in your phone right now and do those things that I asked you to do.
I was checking on some things.
Well, yeah, OnlyFans, I get it. But yeah.
Actually,
I don't have an OnlyFans.
Because I guess you're running a theme this week.
I don't have an OnlyFans, sir. Let's get to
run the theme on your OnlyFans this week. Turban.
I don't have an OnlyFans. If I had an OnlyFans, sir, trust and believe.
We just talking this.
Bye. I know you do. Bye.
Good night.
There she go.
Listening to a QLB Media Group podcast.